Hello guildies and welcome to another mod review. Today we will be checking out Dominoes and another mod called ButtonFacade. But first we'll deal with Dominoes. If you ever wanted to move your buttons around, set them up the way you want it to, then Dominoes is the thing for you. It also comes with a key binding function, which is a little bit more easier to use than the regular default interface. So let's take a look. Okay, so how do we get to the configuration for Dominoes? If you have the minimap button activated, you could right click on that, bring up the interface. You can also get to it through the game menu, through interfaces, and clicking the add-on tab, and you'll see Dominoes listed there. Or you can just do it through chat/DOM, and that is your command. And one of the main reasons you get Dominoes is to move your buttons around, or your button bars and action bars. So let's go and see how we can do that. First of all, let's go ahead and pull up what it would look like when you first install Dominoes. Should have a default. There we go. All the buttons here, this is pretty much what you will see when you first install Dominoes without already configuring it. Now, since I can't get to the configuration interface from my mini-map here, and my game menu bar is buried underneath my foobar here, let's go and do /dom and bring up the configuration. Now all I have to do is click configure bars, and voila, there it is. It shows all the bars you can move, and it's highlighted. The roll bar here is where the loot shows up to roll. That's why it's called the roll. Let's go ahead and move our first button bar, action bar here, and move our bar over here, and that's it. All you have to do is click and then drag. Let's move my class bar over here. Voila, let's move my pet bar over here. Okay, now that you know how easy it is to move bars around, let's take a look about adjusting how the bar looks. Let's go into settings here. What you do is highlight a bar. Let's do bar number 2 here, and you right click, and it'll give you all these general settings of the bar. You could size it down, about how many buttons you want to show on that bar, how many columns this button is. If you want it to be a horizontal button bar, you could just make it 1 column, or if you want it to be a square bar, then you can make it 4 columns there. Okay, and then you got the spacing between the buttons. I'll show you. And then the padding between the border and the buttons. Something you don't really have to worry about. And of course you could just scale it. Okay, and the rest you could figure out on yourself. But that's basically how you adjust the settings of bar. Now, the bars also have a drop-down menu of other settings you can modify. And we'll go over that in a bit. Let's go ahead and talk about quick paging. Okay, so what is quick paging? Quick paging is a technique so that you could shift between bars on one of your action bars. You see that happen on the default WoW interface. How do you set it for Dominoes? That's the question. So here's my pally interface, and now as a pally I could tank, heal, or DPS. So I set up 3 bars so that I could page back and forth every time I respec. This way I don't have to keep moving buttons around. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how it works. We'll go ahead and edit the bars here. Now here's bar 1. This is my main action bar. So let's go into quick paging. Now as you can tell, I've set up page 2 and 3 to shift between bars 9 and 10. So what is on 9 and 10? Let's take a look. I have these bars deactivated. That way they don't show up when I'm playing the actual game. So let's see what's in these bars. Let's go ahead and activate them. To activate and deactivate, you hold down the shift and then right click on the bar. See, in bar 9 here, this is my tanking bar. And bar 10, this is my healing bar. Okay, now I have them all set up. Now see, when I set them up and I'm pulling all the abilities into the bars, I just activate these bars so I could see it, get it out of it, and then I just move, whatever I need to move to whatever bar from, my spell book, so that I could just move stuff over to my bar whenever I need to. And then once I have the bar set up, then I just go into configuration again, and then deactivate them, so that they don't show up in the game. So once I have that set up, all I have to do is click shift and then the up or down arrow to switch between my bars. Whatever bars I need for whatever spec I am. Now obviously when I respec, some of the abilities reappear, so I have to drag them back in the bar. There's no way around that. That's just how WoW works. Now another type of paging bar we're talking about is stance bars. Now this is something for maybe like rogues, druids, warriors, priests even, that has different forms or stances. and it changes. The bar will automatically change depending on the stance that you're in. For example, here's my rogue. We have two stances for a regular stance and a stealth stance. So let's go and open DOMs. Put up the configuration bar. I'll show you how this is set up. Right click bar 1, that's my main action bar. And I go down to rogue. It says rogue right there. It pretty much asks me when I'm in stealth which bar to use. And that would be bar 9. So let's take a look at what's on bar 9. Bar 9 is all my stealth abilities here. So let's go and hide it again. Exit the configuration, and when I stealth, it's set to bar 9, so bar 9 shows up when I'm stealth. Of course, when I unstealth again, my bars changes automatically. Okay, another cool feature about Domino's is the bind key feature. It's an easier way to bind your keys than it is through the default interface. So we'll bring up Domino's, click bind keys in the binding mode. So what you do is, all you have to do is just highlight the button you want to bind. Like, for example, blind, I set to R. Kick, I set to E. It's really that easy. Like when I stealth, it's already set to Alt mouse button 4, so that I just click Alt and mouse button 4, and there you go. And that's exactly how you bind keys with Domino's. Okay, the other mod I want to talk about is ButtonFacade. Now people ask me, how do I make my buttons round? Well, I used to use a different mod for this, but I found a mod that's more updated and that works with Domino's. It's called ButtonFacade, and it basically changes the look of your buttons, whether or not you have Domino's. So you could use this mod if you have or don't have Domino's. Basically what you do is download the mod, and then the skins you want for that mod. The mod comes with a couple of skins, but you're going to have to individually download certain skins for certain looks. For example, to make the round buttons, it's a skin called Serenity. So let's go and open up ButtonFacade really quick. Now, it will allow me to enable a button test bar right here, so I can see how everything looks. And all I have to do is just choose the skin I want. Now the round button is called Serenity. Now it looks like that. Now they have other skins here, zooms, and some of these all the default. Pretty much everything here is default except Serenity. Now there are other skins out there you could download, so all you have to do is just download it and then log into WoW and then change the way your button looks. And that's how ButtonFacade looks. So one last thing here on Domino's. If you can save profiles, so if make sure you save profiles and save copies of it. That way, if you mess up a profile when you're working with Domino's, you could just pull up Domino's, go to profiles here, and then just load back the profile that you messed up, and voila, everything's back to normal. So that's it for this mod review. So I hope this helps, and I hope this is something you might download and help you in your WoW gaming days. Now we'll talk to you later.
What walks downstairs alone or in pairs and makes a slinkety sound? A spring, a marvelous thing. Everyone knows it's Slinky. It gives a big lift when wrapped as a gift, a very likable toy. It's falling in place, brings smiles to your face, something kids can enjoy. It's Slinky, for fun it's a wonderful toy. It's Slinky, it's fun for a girl and a boy.